Shalom, 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 Yasharala. It's your brother Mashayak. Coming at y'all with an edifying quick video through the power and spirit, of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. So I want to go into this lesson. I keep saying lesson. This article. It says, surge in mystery dead whales in San Francisco Bay raises alarm. Every time I want to start a lesson, all of a sudden I need a burp, hiccup, sneeze. But it says, a recent surge in whale deaths in the San Francisco Bay Area has raised growing concern among marine scientists as experts point to a mix of human activity and environmental stress as possible causes. It says within just over 2 weeks, 5 gray whales have been found dead in or around the bay. According to reporting by the Times, at least one of the animals is believed to have died after being struck by a vessel. It says while others were too decomposed for a clear cause of death to be determined, researchers say the pattern is troubling, particularly as whale sightings in the bay appear to be increasing. The shift may signal deeper ecological changes affecting the species. It says it's not just about the deaths themselves. One expert noted in the original report, the fact that more whales are entering the bay suggests something is changing in their environment. It says the eastern North Pacific gray whale undertakes an annual migration of roughly 10,000 miles, traveling between feeding grounds in the Arctic and breeding areas off Mexico. Scientists believe the animals are increasingly entering San Francisco Bay in search of food or safe resting areas, possibly because their traditional feeding zones are under strain. It says climate change is a leading suspect. Warming waters in the Arctic have disrupted ecosystems that whales rely on, leaving some animals malnourished. Several whales observed in recent years have appeared emaciated, reinforcing concerns about food shortages. It says the increase in whale activity in the bay may reflect a larger problem, the report said, pointing to dwindling Arctic food sources likely linked to climate change. At the same time, the presence of whales in busy shipping channels raises the risk of collisions. Vessel strikes remain one of the most immediate threats to large marine mammals, especially if heavily trafficked waters like San Francisco Bay. It says authorities are urging boaters to slow down and remain vigilant, maintaining safe distances is critical. The report emphasized both to protect the whales and to avoid dangerous encounters at sea. It says the population trends add It says population trends add to the urgency. Gray whale numbers dropped sharply from around 27,000 in 2016 to approximately 12,900 in recent years. God damn. Although there have been signs of partial recovery, experts say the species remains under stress. Last year alone saw an unusually high number of whales entering the bay, with dozens recorded and many fatalities linked to human interaction. It says, scientists stress that while no single cause explains the recent deaths, the combination of climate pressures and increased human activity is likely playing a significant role. This is a warning sign. One researcher said, we're seeing the consequences of broader environmental changes play out in real time. And I've got three precepts to go with this. I got Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the goddamn wicked, Esau, the so-called white man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. So this one going to the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And that's why everything is just waxing worse across the whole earth. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And this also goes for nature. And it says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And also nature and animals. But with that, Yasharallah, I pray our brothers and sisters were edified with this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem HaKakwadash, Shalom.